It's the time when we have to put the garden to sleep again. Everything is looking all worn out. Sunflower plants are dying, and also the wild animals are eating what they can have of it. Look at these are flax seeds that are meant to be cover crops. And over here we have some of the sunflower plants that are really looking sad. So it's time to take as much down as we can and clear out our garden beds. Here we have some dead brassicas that didn't really do much over the season, and now look what it looks like, a lot better. But we still have more clearing to do. But let's take you through what we've done today at the allotment. We let the flax seeds stay. We've put a bit of plastic mulch over this bed. That's just to help protect the soil from weeds growing, whilst as much as we can before we mulch it with our compost, as we do no-dig gardening. And yeah, we still have a lot of clearing, a lot of weeding to do, but it looks way better. So we're starting in my polytunnel. The pepper plants had to go. This is actually the last week in October. The video is coming out a bit later, but this is what we do in the UK because we have our first frost about this time, and so most of the plants wouldn't grow again or they'll just die. And so I go around, I cut as much stems off my plants, pepper plants, all the heat loving plants. It's so sad to see them go, but they have to go, unfortunately or fortunately. Look at this root structure in this pepper plant. This is just amazing, but I'm not overwintering it because it's done its job. Now I'm overwintering some onion seedlings that you can see here, and this is a cleared bed in the polytunnel. Some beetroots, lemongrass left there, and yeah, a couple beetroots still left in the polytunnel, but most of the plants have gone. We still need to wash the plastic though. Now these Swiss chards all self-seeded. I didn't plant even one single one, but they were just too much. We couldn't keep up and we need to get rid of them. The root structures in the Swiss chard could be left down, but they're quite big and I really didn't want to leave them there. So with no dig gardening, you shouldn't disturb the roots. You shouldn't uproot things as much as you can. But you know what, guys? I don't do perfect no-dig gardening, and this is what I do. I uproot some plants that I can, but some I leave to feed the soil. Now we've done that, we need to fill the compost bin. So all the new green matter, you can see hubby is just stepping on them. We've chopped them up down as much as we can. We got rid of all the plants, dead matter, the pepper plants, the Swiss chard. Now we put them in the bottom of the compost bay. We got rid of the old compost that was in there. We've had to move it into a new bay, and then we start this new bay again. So how does that make sense? We get rid of the old and we start a new one. Essentially, the old one has come in here into a new cleared bay, and then the new one will start to mulch our soil. So that pile is actually going to be used for new growing next season. And even this new one, in 6 months' time, the new compost bay will be ready because we're going to turn it a couple of times over the winter, and it will be ready to feed our soil. So composting for us is really essential because not just do we want it cheaper, we want good quality soil that would help nourish our plants and improve, the profile, the nutritional profile of our food. That's one of the main reasons we grow our food, not just because we love it. We do love growing food, but we also want to ensure that the nutrient profile in our food is not depleted. Did you know that the food we have today is nutritionally depleted compared to what we had, let's say, 50 years ago? Our soil structure is really eroded. Commercial agriculture, which although is so necessary, we need to feed a growing population, but then we need to also look into what we are feeding this growing population. Especially with the high rise of diseases and illnesses, we need to redo or relook at how we are feeding the world, not just using NPK, which is just fertilizers that have nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. The soil and the plants need a lot more than just basic NPK. So that's why we spend a lot of time doing our compost. Now, all through the year, we load this compost bay, but this time when we do the major clear out, we have to actually put a huge amount of, plant matter into the compost bay. We also put our food scraps, which is like raw food, not any oils or any cooked food. We put the raw food in here, or any meat. No, nothing like that, because we don't want some wild animals coming and messing up the whole place. We just put raw food, vegetables, we have a lot of it. And then, yeah, we build this new compost bay, and it's a lot of work. As you can see, it's not as easy as it looks. It's good workout, but at the end of the day, next year, we'll be so glad we did this. So this is what we do when we're done. We cover it up. We have this corrugated roofing sheet that we use to cover the bay, just because we want to keep the heat in, and we also want to ensure that things are not messed up, and we don't want it getting to soak, because in the winter months we have a lot of rain here, and if you leave it exposed it will end up getting soggy, and we don't want too much moisture in there. Anyway, this is us. We've done a big clear out for the year, and we've built our compost. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.